Okay, let's see, what else? Working on a really cool show called Heroic Age. I know. I hope it's heroic. I hope it says nothing about my age. That's all I care. Let's see, there's another show. We just finished a show called Kenichi, which is a really funny, crazy, wacky show. Let's see, what else? Another show called Stigma. Another show called, I Can't Tell You. No, I think of these shows and I get all excited and I'm like, I can't say. Oh, okay, but let's just talk about what I'm really excited about, okay? I'm most excited because we just finished Ouran High School. Ouran. You guys know what I was doing, didn't you? You know exactly the belly of girls' school, right? You guys, let me tell you just a little bit something, a little bit about Ouran, okay? About a year and a half ago, somebody gave me a disc in Dallas and said, you gotta watch some of this show. I've never watched any shows, really, honestly, with the exception of Full Metal. I haven't seen anything. I haven't really watched anything before I started recording it. So they gave me this disc and I'm like, Ouran. High School Host Club, what is this? So I put in a couple of episodes and I made the cardinal sin of actors. I fell in love with a character before I got cast. You don't want to do that. If you're an actor, do not fall in love with a character and get all like, I have to play him. Because that's the kiss of death. It's the kiss of death. You never get those ones. So I watched this and I thought, this show is so funny. It is so, so great. But I fell in love with Tamaki Suou. Okay, so that was like a year and a half ago. This was before the show was even licensed, all right? Now, let me give you guys a little bit of kind of like a anime 101 as far as dubbing is concerned. There are different places where dubs are done, right? There's Dallas, there's Houston, there's Los Angeles, there's New York City, and there's also Vancouver, Canada. Well, I live in Houston, so if the show got licensed by someone in Los Angeles, chances would be slim that I would get to play any part in it because I didn't live there. If it got licensed in Vancouver, chances would be nil that I would get to be part of it because you have to be Canadian to work in the Canadian shows. New York City don't get a lot, so that wasn't a big deal. But you know, we were all so excited and hopeful, and then it happened. There is only one person on the planet that I know of personally who's a friend of mine that loves Ouran even more than I do, and it's Caitlin Glass. So Caitlin was directing this show called Suzuka, and I was playing this character, and I'm like, Caitlin, you need to start right now campaign to get to direct Ouran. Nobody loves the show more than you do. You need to go to Justin Cook's office and be like, I want to direct this director, Ouran, please. You need to start now. You need to start letting them know about your enthusiasm. And so she did. She would do that. And at the time, it wasn't even licensed yet. But she started really early letting them know how excited she was about that show. Sure enough, Funimation licensed the show, and then she called me one day and told me that she was going to be directing it. Now, a lot of you may be thinking, Vic, you're in. I mean, this is your friend, and in fact, Caitlin even told me before they even licensed the show, she's like, dude, you are Tamaki. She's like, you are so perfect for that role, you'd be perfect for that role. And so when she got this, when they asked her to direct it, I was like, I'm good, big Tamaki. Not so fast. Now think about it. Let's say you're directing a show, and this is your best friend who wants to be in it, right? But all eyes are on you. The decisions you make could make or break the show. You got a lot of people looking at you. Well, someone might be afraid to just cast the best friend, right? Because then what does everybody say? Oh, they just cast a friend. Oh, he just got cast because he's the best friend. what if somebody auditions that was better? You know what I mean? And so Caitlin, being the consummate professional she is, she called me and she said, listen, just audition, and you know, we'll see how it goes. I can't promise you. She said, I will promise you this. She said, no matter how the auditioning goes, I want you to sing the closing theme song. I'm gonna run 1,000 miles, you know, and I never leave. So I thought, you know, I thought Caitlin was setting me up for the fall. She's setting me up, and she's letting me know right now that I may not play this role. So, I auditioned, and I auditioned my pants off. Not these pants, clearly, because they're still on. But I auditioned, I gave Tamaki and I auditioned for some of the other characters as well. It was so funny because I went into the booth and Caitlin said, we know who you want to read for, so go ahead. So they knew right off. A few weeks later, my sweet Michelle and I were in Hawaii at Hawaii Con, and I got a phone call from Caitlin, and Caitlin said, well, congratulations. I was like, ah! So I got to play the role, and every moment I recorded Tamaki, I was like, oh, please be good, I have to do this better, I have to do it better. Because I wanted it to be as good as it could be. Because I knew that you guys loved the show, and I knew Caitlin loved the show, and I was so excited to be a part of it. So, when is it coming out? It's like a week. Next weekend. Woo! And I'm not even going to tell you, but there's somebody here at this convention that has the first volume already. Like the first 13 episodes. Well, it's not me. I have it, but I didn't bring it with me because basically I didn't want to be killed. Suffice it to say, we have already finished. Oh, this was the worst part, you guys. You know what the hardest thing was? Recording it and not being able to talk about it. Everybody on planet Earth, and probably Venus and Mars as well, knew that I wanted to play Tamaki. And so I would constantly get these emails going, did you get to play Tamaki? Did you get to Tamaki? And I was like, I can't answer. Just keep your fingers crossed. I didn't say all of these kind of dismissing replies because I wasn't allowed to talk about it. We were recording away. We already had like 15 or 20 episodes recorded. And I wasn't allowed to talk about it. It was the worst thing ever. So when we finally announced it at Anime Expo in Los Angeles, it was like the most fun ever. They had made us all jackets. All of the cast. Did anyone see it on YouTube? And they introduced us and we came out, you know, in our jackets and stuff. And I was such a dork. I actually wore a white dress shirt and the Ouran tie. You know, I'm such a geek, you know? And so once we were able to announce it, it was all great. It was so hard keeping it a secret because I'm really bad with secrets. Let's see, so that's what's going on right now. And still working on Ikaku, Bleach. Any Bleach fans in the house? Yes, little Baldy himself. Let's see, and so that's the kind of stuff that I'm currently working on.